Hello.
And welcome back to a brand new video on our Rad and Quartz channel.
Yeah.
This video featured isn't our tent that we've got at all, but our friends purchased a Berghaus Telstar 8 a little while ago and thought it would be a great idea if we could show you how it goes up and packs down again, because when our friends went to go look on YouTube, there wasn't many videos to help them out.
No.
Was there?
Absolutely not.
So we thought we'd do the job for them.
Yeah, so enjoy this footage. It's going to be on the GoPro with the head cam, so it's all hands free, so we're both going to be getting hands on, showing Emily and Liam how the tent goes up, as well as you guys watching now. So hopefully this is helpful for yourselves and for anybody else who has the Telstar 8 as it was for our good friends. And yeah, here we go.
Enjoy the video and enjoy some laughs.
Yeah, it's good fun.
So beginning with the process, you can see Liam has just put the pump into the area of what we're needing to blow the tube up in. So with these valves, there are little slots that will fit with your little pipe, and there's attachments that come with pipes. Now Liam has got a separate one to what Berghaus provide, but only purely because it's electric, and it does make it a bit easier. So we've just inserted that in just to start the process off of blowing up the rear tube at the back of the tent, which will hopefully start off the process without any air coming out.
Let's see.
So we're just feeling the tube as we go along, and everything seems so good so far. I'm just pointing, yeah, the tube's going to go down there, and we don't really want the air to come out, so we'll just keep moving that tent along just to get the air flowing, because we don't want any blockage as we go, or we might burst a bit along here. So you can see we're just taking the tube out just to make sure no air is coming out. And the reason we do that is because you don't want to get all the air in the tube and that deflates once you come to putting the tent up. So the best way to tell is to ensure that your tent valve peg is out rather than in, and that's how you know your valve is in the correct position.
That is Brad's Berghaus tip. Make sure the valve is out and not in. We've had that happen so many times, haven't we?
So many.
What we found here is that Liam had already pegged the back of the tent in, which was restricting some of the movement. So we had to go around and take the pegs out so that the air beams could inflate properly.
So we're just moving on to the next valve now. As you can see, there's a little bit of dinks here and there, especially just above Liam's head where there's a slight bend in the tube, but that is because the rear of the tent is already pegged down. So yeah, as Courtney just said, it's highly advisable that when you do put up your tent, to make sure no ground pegs are down at the time, because it will restrict how your tent is erected. Sort of looking at it thinking, hang on, something's not right here.
And the best way is always to stretch it out.
Always stretch
And my
it.
trick is that sometimes I have to crawl into the tent and go in there and push everything up.
Absolutely. That's Courtney's Berghaus tip.
That is my Berghaus tip, yeah. If you've got two people, happy days, because one can go in and one can inflate.
So at the moment we're just going on to the third section, which is more the central part of the tent. Normally once you've blown up this area, you tend to then start pegging in the rear of the tent, because it will start then lifting itself up. And you don't really want a gust of wind coming up to move the tent away.
Absolutely not.
So that's correct. You can see now the back is now slowly falling forwards because the pegs have now just come out from the back. So everything should lay on top of each other like a little stack of bricks.
And that's to be expected. This is what you want to see. You want to see the air beams falling one way. You know they're fully inflated, and you can always go back, pull the guy ropes, and then pin it down as and when you want to.
Certainly can. The girls are here dancing.
Of course Yeah,
Live
we're trying
a
to enjoy the vibe.
Brad's joining in, see the hand movements. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's nothing really much more you can do when they're waiting for the air to go in. Although with our two, we have to use a big pump, whereas these poshins have to use an electrical pump.
Yeah, we do.
We call it lazy.
At least we get leg work up while we're doing it.
We do. So yeah, hopefully you can see that it's slowly taking shape. You can see that the rear beam, what we call the holding there, is almost sort of at where it needs to be. And I think with these tents need to be around 6 psi. Any more, you may start seeing a bit of bulge within the tent. A little what doesn't happen. So it can damage. Go on, Ted, you've got this. Brad says. So we just found the tent flat, just so we can check that it is all going up. And as you can see, there's no real dinks now. Now that the pegs have come out of the back, which is what you want. Just keep it all laid down until you get to a certain point. So we're now getting to the sort of the final two. So just walk around to the rear of the tent, you can sort of see that this is the sort of shape you'll be expecting when it comes to your Telstar 8.
So note to self, remember, don't peg your tent down before you inflate your beams.
Absolutely. Bash. Get in there. It's Freddie doing his little dance in the background.
Bless him.
So just walk round and say that there are 2 doors, well, there's 3 doors in this tent. One at the front, which is not yet erect, and 2 on the side, which you will see a little bit later on. But as you can see now, we're now sort of just picking up the areas that are inflated, just so we can get this off, because we don't want the other ones to squash. But they still do pump up, but it just makes it a lot harder for the tent to go up if they're all just flat on top of each other. So once you get to a certain point, it's easy just to stretch them out. And Courtney, often at this point, she goes inside the tent, holding the valves up.
This is my job.
This is her job.
I like this bit, it's satisfying. Climb in, push it all up, relax and then peg it down. How many days?
So I'm just indicating the arm that let's now get the tent up. So we just put on the guy ropes. Just be careful doing that, because you don't want to split the tent. So just you do it out of habit. I'm a little bit careful with this one, because purely it's not my tent, or our tent, should I say. So we're just putting up the rear now, and as you can see, the rest of it should just naturally come up with the rest of the tent, which makes it a lot easier because it is air. You've not got to fuck around with the pole.
Oh, here I am getting in.
And the poles get halfway through and they come apart. And you're like, no, that's not ever good.
Oh, I'd never go back to a pole tent. Now we've got an air tent.
So yeah, once you lift things up, make sure you just pull the side of the tent, because it does then stretch it all out, get the rest of it up. The rest of it should just pop out in this middle. As you can see here, it's all just lifting itself up because of the air in the tubes. So you grab as much stuff as you can. There's not really many things to hold on to in these tents. These things got those fancy pegs, screw-in pegs. I must admit, they were a lot easier.
They were brilliant. We haven't invested in some as of yet, but we'll see. We'll see how we get on our next trip and then finally.
Certainly will. We need downstairs to do a drill.
There's something extra to pack.
Certainly. Although it's not massive, you can see, it makes life a lot easier. So there's 2 of the bigger pegs that hold the main tent down in. I'm just getting hold of the guy ropes here just to ensure that the tent doesn't fall back down itself. That's normally where I'd hold the tent with the concrete and takes the rest of it. We're just getting the rest of the back. And as we said earlier, we do recommend starting from the rear, which is easy.
It's a lot easier. Yeah.
In all fairness, it's a very nice tent.
It's a great tent.
It's a lovely tent.
Really big, great for families. Great if you just want some more space.
Absolutely.
And of course, if you like glamping, not just camping with your bog standard essentials.
So we didn't pin down all the guide ropes for this one. We just did the main ones that weren't needed. We didn't bother with the sides just because we knew the tent was going to be coming down afterwards, after about 15 minutes, which you'll see shortly after this video.
This process was just purely about getting it up, seeing if everything's okay, and helping Emily and Liam to learn how to put their tent up basically and show you guys.
Absolutely. You can see there that the middle part is just naturally stood up on its own. Now the rear is up. You can see the middle bit's there, and just the front half now is just still to be blown up, as well as the front, which is what we're now going to do now. So the middle part there has just been blown. And we're just stretching out this front so the final tube, the very, very front of the tent, can be erected. And these can be easily done with just 2 people. Our tent is only a little bit shorter than this, not much difference in width, but we managed to do it just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
The first time was obviously tricky, trying to figure out the best way how to organise the tent, which was best to do. We found the real best. Start from the back, work your way forwards, and as I say, naturally just goes up on its own.
And of course I would recommend someone get an in just so you can push the beams up.
Again, just stretching out the sides so the rest of the tent just naturally goes up. You see Courtney just on the inside trying to hold a little bit up. Give us a smile, Courts. So yeah, don't worry if this looks a little bit slack. It will blow itself up and it will look a lot sturdier, as you will see very, very short.
Nice thing about the Telstar, as you can tell from the front, is that it's got a closed porch, so you can close it off and zip it up if you've got some terrible weather, which we can never guarantee in the UK.
Absolutely. This the front now is definitely taking shape. It's definitely up to a certain height where it should be. Yeah, really, really nice. Lovely wide doors as well, which can then wrap up. So you can have the whole doors to walk through, and just leave it shut. It's a bit cold and windy. So we're just putting the main guy ropes in now at the front, like we do with the rear. And these ones we recommend getting done first. The ones at the back and the 2 main big ones at the front, and then just get a bit smaller ones done all around the sides of the tent. Which again, as we said, we didn't worry with this time round. We were just doing it for purposes to test the tent to ensure it does go up as it should do. It was bought second hand, this tent.
It was, yeah.
It was in immaculate condition.
It really was, yeah. But Emily and Liam got a fantastic price for it. It's a bit of a no-brainer.
So I'm just rolling up the front doors now, just to show you it is easy. Get nice and tight, and your little latches are just on the inside. It's a lot easier than just to walk in and out of the tent, especially on a nice sunny day like it was when we made this tent. See, this indoors really starting to take shape. I will talk about this in just very much more detail very shortly. It gives you an idea of the space that you have, and the bit on the left is just an extra bedroom.
You've got your 2 doors, your zip door and your mesh.
Yeah, so you get a nice bit of wind in, a bit of breeze, but not worry about the elements. Just step outside the tent, and it just gives you an idea of how big it is. But first, the other door.
Yes.
I did find that this side was a bit of a struggle. I did fight with this one, and yeah, I'm not sure why. It seemed to be wrapped around the side of the pole, which was a bit strange. But there we go. Managed to still get it up. Sort of fight with it with the tie. Come on.
Come on, Brad, do it.
Come on,
Brad. Hey.
But yeah, we still had to put a little bit of air in that because you can see it's a little bit low. So we just do put a bit more in, and you'll notice the difference in just a sec. You can see it's quite slack there, and it needs to be up a little bit higher. Here we go, that's the proper height. All the neighbours come out and said hello. They were loving it.
They did. They were very interested.
And then just get the final touch of air within there. And there you go. That is the height it needs to be. And that is the right height, right PSI. And we just walk around to the side door, which there is one last tube, which takes how many pumps for us to go up?
2.
Literally 2.
2 pumps and you're done.
So they're using their manual one for this because they didn't have an attachment to go into the electric one. Yeah. You don't quite see the valve go in, but it's just gone in there. Liam's done 1 pump, 2 pump, and there it is. It's up. I think even he surprised himself how quickly that one goes up. I did the first time.
He wasn't expecting that. But that side door is so easy to do.
Yeah, and it has its own little roof porch, which is lovely. So this is another main door that you can use to get in and out of the tent. There is another one on the other side, but it's not covered, and that's more of just a spare door for a little bit low. So we just walk around the tent, and you can sort of now gather the size. I think they said it was about 6.5 meters long and about 4.5 wide, maybe a bit longer.
I forgot the exact dimensions. But there we go. There is your Telstar 8, everybody.
Just walk indoors, just taking the shoes off. The side section here is an extra bedroom, which goes in addition to the ones at the back here. You have 3 doors, 1, 2, 3. And within those doors, they all have their own separate wall.
Yes.
So you just
open them, close them.
Okay. You see, this one has got the Nightfall, which is a great addition because it makes it a lot darker at night time. I believe that one there does detach itself, so you don't actually have that bedroom there. Whereas this one acts as a single to a double, and the central wall, which you can just see here, with the zip, is able to be unzipped, which can then extend that room into one gigantic, almost double room, which is what we do in our tent. We make ours a lot wider, and we create the whole space as an open room.
Just because there's us 2, we don't need an extra bedroom.
Absolutely. But if you have got people staying with you, and it's not just you, and you want to have separate privacy, then you've got the option to do so. So I'm just going to close the zips, just so you can see how dark it can be within these tents. Obviously the camera doesn't quite do it justice, because it looks a little bit light in there.
And it is daylight whilst filming.
Absolutely. But trust me, the camera shows it a bit lighter. It was darker in there. And at night time, it was almost pitch black, isn't it? And this little zip here acts as another little mesh, which can just stop the bugs getting in. But if you want a bit of air, because those tents actually do get surprisingly hot this summer.
They really do.
So it's nice just to have a bit of breeze coming in, and that allows you to do so. Again, with the little tyres to help you do so. So it's starting to get hot, so it's time to leave that area again.
Too hot, escape.
You just got the Velcro and the little clips here, which just help keep that spare bedroom down. From what I understand, they won't really use that part. It does take up a fair amount of room. But if you have got more people sleeping with you, that is an extra nice addition to add to the tent.
It is a great addition, yeah. You can obviously take it out if you don't need it. I'm celebrating. So I'm like, yeah, we've done it, guys.
We've done it. And then the camera switches. Camera lady quarters is now in control.
I am now wearing the GoPro on my head, and here you'll just see us taking down the Telstar 8 and the process.
Which is a lot easier than putting it up, apart from when it comes to putting it in the bag.
Yeah. However, we have a trick now with the bag system.
We do. You'll see it. Oh, sure. So the first bit's down, as you can see. It's not burst, it just will let the air out. And again, it's very simple. Just find that valve on the side of the tent, simply push it in so the valve is in, and that'll just release all the air. And it's just, we found how does the air stay in because there was no flip. And we found, as you can see recording here, she just pressed the button, it literally just simply lets the air out, and it all just falls into each other.
It falls in like a little bouncy castle.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And the trick to folding it, you will see shortly, but it's to make the tent square again. Because you have got the porch that comes off the front of the tent, what you want to do is fold that back in on itself, just like it is here, because you want to end up with a square, which is much easier for folding.
So we're just walking along the tube now, just to get all the air out. The last thing you want is a load of tubes filled with air before you pack the tent away. The key is to remove as much air as possible because the tents are so big. It's so difficult to just keep the air out. So walk along these pipes, make sure that all the air's gone. Even do it 2 or 3 times like we do, because I'm going back in for seconds.
This is actually a vital process.
It certainly
Get
is.
all the air out.
So this is where Courtney was just mentioning, make sure you get those doors folded into the tent. This is Courtney for making this part.
It's just so much easier to work with. If you've got a regular shape, like a square, it's easier to work with. You can then fold it easier, and you're not left with a bit at the end where you've got to fold the porch around the whole tent that you just rolled on. Oh no. Can't do that.
So this part we just sort of step back. We let Liam and Emily do this part because we know how to do it. We just advised them at the time, and they did want to sort of do it themselves. It is their tent, so it's no good if we just did it all for them. But at the same time, it also helps you.
Oh, there's a roll!
So this is our special process of getting all the air out. Again, start from the back, just let all the air go right to the front because the doors are still open. The key is to keep the doors open so the air can still flow out.
I'm sure everyone has a roll on their tent at the end,
Lots of roll on the
You've got on your tent. Do you roll on your tents? That's what I want to know.
See, there's still a bit of air in there. Courtney's going in for her
Going
roll.
in. Woo!
Look, that's for angles.
I love the GoPro.
Hi everybody. See, it's a lot flatter from what it was. Just stand up so you can see there, it's almost flat. But the key is just do it a couple of times to make sure you get it all out. And even again, when you're actually rolling the tent up, it's key just to keep your knees on it or just put some pressure on just to push the air out. And say, Liam's thought, you know what, I'm going to have another go.
One last little roll.
This is so much fun, let's do it.
If you end up with a long flat rectangle, you are winning.
Yes, you certainly are. So we go, we're now starting the rolling process. As we say, just make sure you keep everything tight. Even just putting your knees on it or just someone laying and rolling at the same time in front of you. It's just key just to keep that air out as much as possible to make it so much easier to put in the bag when it comes to the end.
And as you can see, what me and Emily are doing, we're just tucking in as we go because it does obviously get wider towards the front. You just want to make sure you're tucking it in as you roll it.
You should end up with a big sort of fat rectangle by the end of it. Still also has got a fair amount of air in there.
It's a bit like
However,
a sausage roll.
just keep squashing it down. If you're big enough like me, you can easily get it down. You think, how on earth is this going to fit in that tiny bag? You'd be surprised. So we sort of start the process by getting it in, if we can, by the upside down. You should just stretch over the side. If you get in that part, you're winning. If it's nowhere near stretching in, probably best to re-roll and start again.
Yeah.
But just try and squeeze. I do find if you start this way and it's not quite going in, flip it upside down, which is what we do.
Much easier to push down than it is to pull the bag over.
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
So as I say just here, you just see my hand gesture sort of say, let's pick it up, let's switch it over. Just like that. So now we've flipped it over. And now instead the bag's going to just naturally use the gravity just to keep that, push the tent in. And just keep fighting it. You know, if it goes in like that, you know you've managed to do it.
There we go,
And
guys.
still with plenty of space. If you've got that space, you've done really, really well.
Yeah.
Because they come so packed and bulky. I'm just jumping on for luck, just to get it all squashed in, just while they put their final section in. It's one of the bedroom and their ground sheet. Just keep squashing it down, there's no harm putting more pressure down on it, just to keep the air out. You know, the smaller the bag, the more stuff you can pack in your car, your trailer or your proof box, whatever you've got. Everything in.
So as you can see, they've got their tent, their ground sheet, their extra bedroom, the electric pump, and they've got their tent pegs in there. So everything they've got for their tent is in that bag.
They could put the pump in, which they didn't, which they decided not to.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of space for that. And yeah, just put your clips on, give it a good old pull, squeeze it all in, and Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
And there we go. Ta-da! Give us a thumbs up.
So there we go. The Berghaus Telstar 8. Erected and directed. So,
Is that even a word?
what, erected?
Directed.
It is now, from the Brad and
Is
Cause,
that a word?
from the Brad and Cause Oxford Dictionary.
I'm not sure that's a word.
Either way,
Deflated.
deflated.
Bloody directed.
Directed, deflated, same old thing. So yeah, that was the Berghaus Telstar 8. And yeah, hope that was just, as you say, informative for yourselves. It was for us. It was very similar to our tent. But
It is.
obviously slightly bigger. So yeah.
Fabulous. So enjoy, guys. We'll see you again soon. We've got more content coming up. And enjoy. Yeah. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.